Recently, my friend approached me with an app idea. At its core, it basically allows the user to access and update stored data in a database. And that got me thinking, that's pretty much at the core of every app, isn't it?
Do you want to develop an app?
His idea also had an extra layer of updating the database using a web scraper, and I thought that was a really neat idea. I've been thinking of starting a new project and wanted to see if I can build something like this. My app isn't going to be incredibly useful, but it should allow me to learn the basics of doing the front end and back end pieces. I'm going to use these videos to document this journey. So what is my app going to do? A user can create an account, sign in, and update their keyword. Then once a day, a web scraper will download an image using this keyword and send an email to the user's email account. I know it's not incredibly useful, but it's simple enough to not get me overwhelmed. So let's take a closer look. The app itself will be built with Kivy, a Python app development framework. It's platform independent, so I should be able to write a Windows desktop application and then without much work translate it into a mobile app that could be used on an Android device. For the database, I'll probably end up using MySQL, but for now I'm going to keep my options open. I really only need two tables, user data and log. The database will also be responsible for holding one image per user ID. At first, I'll create a virtual server on my PC that can only be accessed by my PC itself. But eventually, I'd like to be able to build a separate server that can be accessed by any device that has the app installed. I'm thinking of using a Raspberry Pi for this, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Once a day, a Python script will run that's responsible for web scraping. I'll pull the keyword from the table row by row and store images using the user ID as the image name. It'll then record whether or not the image was scraped successfully and update that information into the log table. Once the web scrape is complete, another Python script will run, sending the image to the email address stored in the user data table. Just like the previous script, the log table will be used to record whether or not the job was completed successfully. So this has been an overview of the project. I'm really excited to get working on it. If you want to see more, watch the next video in the playlist.